Good afternoon. Today is Sunday, February 18th, and it's just afternoon, and we are in the village of Brandon along the Allegheny River and North Country Trail. And today we're going to be taking a little walk up trail here, heading up the river to a landmark called Indian God Rock. We are about 13 miles down the trail from the city of Franklin, and we're about, that would be probably eight or 8.5 miles into the North Country Trail as it heads northeast. All right, so I'm probably only going to go to God Rock and back. That should be about 3 miles round trip. And as you can see, it's very sunny. As I pulled in here, I was greeted by the sounds of geese and motorboats. Not a real big fan of geese, but they're dirty creatures. Did you ever step in goose shit in your bare feet? Yeah, if you ever do, you won't be a fan of geese either. All right, so let's get on trail. I got to get all my stuff out of the Jeep here and we'll get her going. All right, we got a little bit of I wouldn't call it a road walk, but it's a shared use section of trail here right along the river until we get up here to the ATV gate, because there is houses right here. Here, I'll give you a look around. All those houses and camps over there are accessed by Fisherman's Cove Road. And if you keep going downstream on that side of the river, you'll end up at the state forest in Kennerdale. So if you were to go down this way, you come to the village of Sunny Slopes, which is where the trail break is, and you have to go up behind the houses, and then probably 3.5 or 4 miles from where I'm standing, you would get to the Kennerdale Tunnel. I don't know if you can see the gate up there or not, but we're headed that way. I've always thought this is an interesting little arrangement. This little house on stilts here right by the river. I don't know, man. I mean, it hasn't happened since, it's been a while, but if we get a flood like we did in, say, 1981 or I think 93, we got blasted. That thing's gonna be down the river. Yeah, I don't know what people were thinking when they build such things so close to the river, but just my opinion. I don't know, weather's changed a lot in the last 20 years, but I don't know, I just can't help but think that someday that thing's gonna be floating down the river. We're now about 0.8 of a mile from where we started, and right over there is the bridge over Big Sandy Creek. If you follow the Sandy Creek Trail from, say, Van or from Fisherman's Cove, you'll cross right over that. So let's see, from Van, that would probably be, I'm gonna say 11 miles. Yeah, probably 11 miles. You'd cross the Belmar Bridge and continue down stream on the Allegheny opposite of where we are, and eventually you'd end up at the Fisherman's Cove boat launch. I really hope I don't have to look at these tire tracks the whole way to God Rock. I mean, kind of messes up the solitude of the place. Okay, we got a Erie to Pittsburgh mile marker up here. Should be about probably 112 or 13, I would think. Or no, they go the other way. 114. Yep, 114. All right. Looks like I'm walking out of the tire tracks. You go up to that house right there. Good, good. Got footprints, but no tire tracks. That's good. Hey, we're coming up on a bike trail mile marker here. It should be about 9.5 or 10. Let's see how close I am. Well, you know the expression, you missed it by a mile. I missed it by a mile. Oh well. I'm no expert. I'm close, but I'm no expert. You know, it just occurred to me that I'm 1.5 miles from where I started, and I have yet to see a blue North Country Trail blaze. Now, that's not to say I didn't miss them, but I have to make it a point that next time I see one to film it. I'm kind of hoping, I don't know if you know this or not, but just in the past couple of weeks or month or so, the North Country Trail in its entirety from Vermont to North Dakota has been given national park status. So I'm kind of hoping that since that happened, there'll be more funding and more signage and blazes updated more often. We'll see if that happens. I would think it probably will. Probably get promoted a little more in this area. Okay, we should be getting pretty close to God Rock. I think we're about 1.3 miles in, and I think it's about 1.5 miles. So we're getting close. We are coming up to God Rock. I can see the little, what do you want to call it? Kiosk, patio, overlook. I don't know what the name for that thing would be. It's a thing made out of outdoor wood overlooking the God Rock. How's that? You know, one thing, I haven't been down here in a couple years, but there used to be, you used to be able to just see that one house overlooking the river. But I'm looking up on this hillside now, and this is like, I probably can't, you probably can't see that without me zooming in on it, but there's like 4 or 5 houses that hang on that hillside now. I don't think those were there before. Don't know though. Still looking for a blue blaze. All right, let's see how well I can do this. This house right here, that thing has got to be new. I mean, I can't zoom in far enough to, but that looks like blue board without even having siding on it yet. That's got to be a new house. And it's right across from God Rock. All right, Right there's the overlook. Let's head for it. Here we are, 1.9 miles from where we started. And right down there is the God Rock. About, I don't know, 2015 or so, I waded out into the river about chest deep to get a good picture of the front of it. That was dumb. I'll never do that again. So I've seen the river low enough to do that, and I've seen that rock entirely covered in water. But a little history about the God Rock. There's Indian petroglyphs carved into it from, they say, the 16 or 1700s. But right now all you can see on it is a bunch of carvings from the 1800s, and probably as recent as yesterday, who's to say. But all the petroglyphs are on the face of the rock facing out into the river. They're pretty much obscured now by other carvings, or some people bash people for vandalizing it, but in all reality, even if there weren't other carvings on there, you probably wouldn't be able to see the petroglyphs anyway, because high water is, you know, eroded them and so forth. But that's no excuse for defacing it. But you got to admit, some of the other carvings on there are pretty interesting too. There's one carving, J. Witherup, that's J. Witherup, from 1870 something. If you run this river valley much, you'll find his name carved into a lot of other rocks. But I saw on a map once, I'm going to shoot you right into the sun here. Up on that hillside, I saw on a map, and I don't remember where I saw it. It said, had a place marked Indian Sun Temple, and in parentheses it said, go find it. Well, I've never attempted to find it, but if you're feeling ambitious someday, I don't know, you might find something up there too. That's an awful steep hillside. Too steep for this old man to climb. Okay, I looked at the GPS before I came in here, and it was at 1.9. I think I'll go to 2.5 and then turn around. Here's a little sign right here that explains everything about the God Rock that I just told you pretty much. I'm not going to scrape the snow off of it. And here's one of the few original railroad mile markers from around here, and it should be 115, I'm pretty sure. But if you want to get down to the God Rock, you can go down by navigating this path. I've done it. It's a little treacherous, but it's better than it used to be. It used to be all covered in poison ivy and briars. Okay, we made it to God Rock. I'm going to go a little farther. I want to get 5 today. All right, I've made a very important life decision here. I'm either going to walk to 2.5 miles and turn around, which would be in another half mile, or until I see a blue blaze, whichever comes first. Wham bam, there's a blue blaze. But I'm only at about 2.2. I gotta keep going. I gotta go for 2.5 to make 5. Pretty faded blue blaze. Wouldn't hurt to remark this. Can you see all those icicles behind the rhododendron? That's pretty cool. All right, I got to get 2.5. I got to go for 5. Well, here I am at my 2.5. This is where I'm turning around. But I just noticed on my GPS that there's a road up there off of Coal City Road called Titus Road. And it ends right up there at the top of that hillside. That's interesting. Well, this is it, 2.5. Just past that mile marker that I filmed a minute ago. What was that? 9, wasn't it? I don't know. You tell me. I think it was 9. This is where I'm turning around. Okay, back into the sunlight we go. Pretty cold right here in the shade, but makes for nicer pictures. I guess that was mile marker 8 that I passed up. My bad. 8 miles from Franklin, heading downstream. I'm back to the God Rock Vista, and I'm back in the sun, thankfully, because baby, it was cold in the shade. The wind has picked up quite a bit, and it always comes right up through this valley. Usually it comes from downstream to upstream, which is the direction I'm headed downstream right now. But it was 21 degrees when I left the house, and I bet you with the wind chill it's probably, I don't know, it's probably in the single digits. Okay, we got about 1.8 to go back to the car. Holy crap. It's so windy that the river's getting white caps on it. I don't know if I've ever seen such a phenomenon. It's a blustery baby, I'll tell you that. Okay, I think we got, I don't know, about a mile to go, something like that. I'm almost back, but I didn't notice this on the way up, or maybe it wasn't even here. This looks interesting. So you got animal tracks coming. I think this might be a river otter slide, maybe. It goes from tracks to I don't know. It looks like it goes clear down to the... There's another one up here. Well, where'd it go? Well, there was another one anyway. Now I can't find it. Well, we're almost back. We're into civilization again. But, that is really cool. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Well, there's the Jeep, but of course, this GPS, you walk out to 2.5 and you get back and it only reads 4.9. So I'm gonna keep walking. I mean, it doesn't matter, but it matters. you can't just say you got 4.9, you know. Here, let's go look at the signs. Signs everywhere there's signs. Okay, let me check my GPS again. All right, that was 5. Stupid things just got to be difficult. Got to make me walk that extra 200 yards. So that was 5 for the day. I think I was at like 27.5 when I left the house, so I should be at about 32.5. And but I'll clear that up and leave it in the video description. So coming to you from the Allegheny River Trail, and there's a Blue Blaze North Country Trail. We will see you next time. Probably try and get out again next weekend.